knowing about your rival is critical. Use spies to gather valuable information that will keep you a step ahead. Better still, play the spy yourself. In polite social encounters, learn to probe. Ask indirect questions to get people to reveal their weaknesses and intentions. There is no occasion that is not an opportunity for artful spying. In the realm of power, your goal is a degree of control over future events. Part of the problem you face, of course, is that people won't tell you all their thoughts, emotions and plans. Controlling what they say, they often keep the most critical parts of their character hidden, like their weaknesses, ulterior motives and obsessions. The result is that you cannot predict their moves. The trick is to find a way to probe them, without letting them know what you are up to. This is not as difficult as you may think. A friendly front will let you secretly gather information on friends and enemies alike. The most common way of spying is to use other people. This method is simple and powerful, but risky. You will certainly gather information, but you have little control over the people who are doing the work. It is far better to be the spy yourself, to pose as a friend while secretly gathering information. The tactic of indirect spying is the ability to get others to reveal information in polite social conversation, without them being aware of what you are doing. The key here is to suppress yourself in conversation, and make others talk endlessly about themselves, and inadvertently reveal their intentions and plans. The most renowned conversationalists in history, men like Benjamin Disraeli and Talleyrand, actually talked very little. They knew the key to being a good conversationalist was to listen more than talk. Listening during conversation, instead of thinking what you will say next, is a skill that pays great dividends. During social gatherings and innocuous encounters, pay attention. This is when people's guards are down. By suppressing your own personality, you can make them reveal things. The brilliance of the maneuver is that they will assume your interest in them is for friendship, so you not only learn, you make allies. Nevertheless, you should practice this tactic with caution and care. Your search for gems of information cannot be too obvious. Emphasize friendly chatter, not valuable information. If people begin to suspect you are worming secrets out of them under the cover of conversation, they will strictly avoid you. And your probing questions will reveal more about yourself and your intentions than about the information you hope to find. Indirect spying like this is a crafty and delicate art form, taking practice to develop. The good news is that you can practice this diplomatic art at almost every social encounter you have. There are many tricks you can employ to good effect. For example, one such trick is to bare your heart to another person, to get them to open up to reveal their own secrets. You open your soul to them, or pretend to, and they will often open up in return. Give them a false confession, and they will give you a real one. Another trick is to vehemently contradict people in conversation, as a way of irritating them. Stirring them up, so they lose some of their control over their words. In their emotional reaction, they will reveal all kinds of truths about themselves. Talleyrand perfected a trick, where he would blurt out what seemed to be a secret, actually something he made up, then watch for his listener's reaction. The reaction would be hard to repress, and reveal the listener's true feelings about the matter. It was said of Talleyrand that he fires a pistol into the air to see who will jump out the window. Then there are tactics to test people's character. Laying little traps that make them reveal things about themselves. For example, telling someone a false secret, asking them not to tell anyone, and then looking for signs that they revealed it, is a good test of loyalty. It may seem an odd form of spying that reveals not factual information, but a person's character. Often, however, it is the best way of solving problems before they arise. By tempting people into certain acts, you learn about their loyalty, their honesty and so on. And this kind of knowledge is most valuable of all. Armed with it, you can predict their actions in the future. Information is critical to power, but just as you spy on other people, you must be prepared for them to spy on you. One of the most potent weapons in the battle for information, then, is giving out false information. In 1944, the Nazis' rocket bomb attacks on London suddenly escalated. Over 2,000 V-1 flying bombs fell on the city, killing more than 5,000 people and wounding many more. Somehow, however, the Germans consistently missed their targets. Bombs intended for Tower Bridge or Piccadilly would fall well short of the city, landing in less populated suburbs. This was because, in fixing their targets, the Germans relied on spies they had planted in England. They did not know these agents had been discovered, and in their place, English-controlled agents were feeding them subtly deceptive information. The bombs would hit farther and farther away from their targets, every time they fell. By the end of the campaign, they were falling on cows in the country. By feeding people wrong information then, you gain a potent advantage.